Hi, I'm Teresa Farney, the food editor at the Gazette in Colorado Springs, and today I'm going to show you how to make a really delicious, pretty easy little dessert for Valentine's Day, which is coming up very soon. First of all, you're going to need to prepare an oblong baking dish, and it says to butter it. And this recipe is going to use a little bit more than 3 sticks of butter, so you end up with these little pieces of paper that has your butter on it, so you can just use one of these, or I've used a couple already. And you just smear this around, and all that little butter residue that's left on the paper prepares your dish. Just like that. It's quick and easy. Then the batter is made in a stand mixer. That'll really work best because you're first going to want to cream the butter and sugar and egg together, and it needs to be whipped at a pretty high speed so that it gets nice and fluffy. Then there's some flour added to it and some toasted hazelnuts. And the way to toast hazelnuts is to use a shallow pan, spread the nuts out evenly, put it up close to the broiler in your oven, and leave the door open. Do not leave. As soon as you put those nuts under a hot broiler, they're going to start releasing oil and cooking and toasting and getting a delicious flavor. But they'll go black on you just like that if you're not careful. So keep an eye on it, don't walk away, and don't shut the door. Okay, so you have fold those toasted hazelnuts into your batter. Then you want to eyeball this. You're going to use about 2/3 of this and press it into the baking dish. Then you're going to leave the other third, maybe a little bit more than a third, to spread over the top of the raspberry jam. So you just kind of work this around in the dish, smooth it out. It's this rich and delicious. It's just what you need whenever you want to make a sweet treat for a sweet person. Noodle it down into the, kind of nudge it into the corners there. Now, don't throw away those butter sheets yet. You could very easily spread the raspberry jelly over that, but I found if I take these little butter sheets and kind of press it around on top, I get a little more uniform, smoothed out surface that's a little flatter to spread the raspberry jam on top. We're going to use a jar of good quality raspberry jam to finish this off. By the way, the butter, whenever you start working with it, should be at room temperature, and then it'll whip up nicely for you. So now we're just going to spread this jar of raspberry jam over the top of the nice hazelnut batter that is going to be extra delicious. And by the way, you can, hazelnuts can be a little tricky to work with because they have a shell, kind of a skin on the outside of them after they come out of their shell, and you need to roll them in a tea towel and rub off all of the brown husk that's on the outside. And then you can chop them and toast them. You can buy them already with the shell, that husk removed and chopped at the grocery store. So you just smooth this out. Oh, these are really delicious. They're wonderful, just as they are with a cup of coffee, but they're really extra good with a little glass of Prosecco, Cava, or bubbly champagne. Okay, now the remainder of this batter, you just want to clump it over the top. It doesn't have to be spread out or organized in a particular way, because this is very high in butter, and as it bakes, this all spreads out and just goes right over the top like another layer of this nice hazelnut dough. This would be great to eat just like it is, although it does have a raw egg in it. And they're cautionary about eating raw cookie dough because sometimes uncooked eggs can have some bacteria like salmonella, so you need to be careful about doing that. So I guess we won't be scraping this bowl and nibbling on it. So here we have it. We're just going to slide this into a 350 oven. Oh, excuse me, you know what? It goes in a 375 oven. And it bakes for about an hour. And during that time, all of this batter will smooth out over the top and be a nice layer. And whenever you get all finished with it, you'll have these lovely little raspberry bars that are absolutely delicious. And again, if you want to make it extra special, serve it with some sparkling wine. And happy Valentine's.